Welcome back to Patrick's Workshop. Today I'm going to show you how to make this router edge guide for a palm style router with an adjustable edge. Stay tuned, I'll show you how.
Patrick's Workshop is sponsored by
To get started on this router edge guide, we're going to start off with a piece of 1/4 inch MDF 6 inches by 12 inches. Now we're going to work on the two blocks that make up the edge guide. This is going to be 3/4 inch plywood. I'm going to clean up one side and then mark out 6 inches wide to match the 6-inch piece of MDF and then make that cut. 6 inches by 4 inches is this piece here. So I'm going to set up my fence to 2 5/8. That's the width of the piece that I have made for this particular one. But you can make it any width you want. And then the top part where the nuts go, I'm going to rip that to 1 inch. So I'm going to start laying out where this router is going to be placed on this MDF base plate. I have a full set of plans on my website with all the measurements and everything you need to make one. Check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. So I want to use this drill bit to countersink the head down into the surface a little bit. So I'm marking out with my ice pick here to get the exact spot for the drill bit to travel. This is a 3/8 drill bit. I'm only going to be going down deep enough for the head to be recessed. And then I'm using a 3/16 drill bit to drill all the way through. Now I'm laying out for these slots for the adjustable fence stop on this jig itself. Like I said earlier, all the measurements are on my plans on my website. Check it out. I'm going to use an ice pick, and then I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole in each edge of this. That way I can put the 1/4 inch router bit in the hole. And then we're going to set the router in place in the hole and set a straight edge in place and clamp it down. This is how we're going to get the slot. So we'll put it in the other hole as well, push the fence up to the router itself, and clamp this side down as well. Now that we got that in position, now I need to figure out how we're going to have some hard stops. So I'll use some pocket screws and a piece of scrap, and I can screw it into my temporary fence. And that will hold it so we can go edge to edge and not overshoot our cut. Perfect. Clean it up with a little sandpaper and flip it around. We'll do the other side. And there it is, nice and clean. Now I'm going to start working on the actual fence itself. Now that I have the holes marked out where they're going to go, I want to drill these at the same exact time, so I'm going to be using my homemade double-sided tape since I don't have any. This is just masking tape on both pieces, and then I'm going to use some of the Patrick's Workshop sticky stuff spray to temporarily glue them together. Homemade double-sided tape. Now that the glue is dried and set up, I can just stick them together, holding them flush to the edge on one side. And now I'm ready to lay out the exact distance for the hole and drill using a 1/4-inch drill bit. Now, some pre-assembly. I want to countersink the head of the bolts into this piece. So I tried just drilling it with a little drill bit, but that didn't work good enough. So I'm going to clamp it down and use the router and clean up the spot for the head of the bolt. This seems to work best. Perfect. Now, we're ready for some assembly. So the bolts will go through, and I can slide it right into the slot, and then the 1-inch piece fits on, and then the wing nuts. And that's it. This simple jig is complete. Now I'm going to mount my router base plate. So I'll unscrew the plastic base plate, figure out the orientation I want it on the jig, flip it over, and screw the screws in. And that's it. This jig is ready to use. Looks great. Feels nice. Let's make some test cuts. So I got a V-groove bit in the router, and I'm just making some shallow passes to see how well it works going straight along the edge. So this thing makes it a breeze. I'm sure glad I made it. This will come in very handy in the next project I have coming up. You can also plunge in, lock it in position, and make little short passes, so like a handle in like a cutting board. Well, that works great. This jig is going to be used a lot here in my shop. If you want to make your own, I have a full set of plans on my website. Check it out, patricksworkshop.com. I will leave a link down in the description. There'll also be links in the description for any tools that I used on this project today, so check that out as well. Well, I thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Sharing this video really helps me out. I appreciate it big time. Check out my website where I have plans available for this project and a few others, and shirts available as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.